Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and right today we're going to have a look at the Citizen Promaster Aqualand. It has the number BN2024 05E. Right. First of all, before we get started on the chit chat about this watch, we'll have some stats on it. So it has a stainless steel case. It is DLC treated. It has anti-reflective crystal glass. It has a screw-down crown, power-saving functions. It has a power reserve displays function, which is the one over there. That one there. We'll get into that later on. Let's see if there you go. Right. It has overcharge protection, water depth measurement function, obviously, water sensing function, which is that one there. When this gets wet, it starts recording. Maximum depth display function. It has an EcoDrive solar powered movement, the J250. Right, rotating bezel, obviously. It's an anti-magnetic watch. It's waterproof to 200 meters. It has the its strap is urethane. 27 millimeter belt width, luminous index obviously, and everything like that. Date indication. It's a 47 millimeter case diameter, and it weighs 177 grams. Right. Okay. Right. So this watch came out in 2014, and it's supposed to be Citizen's flagship. As a dive watch, and I must say it is an awesome dive watch. Now, to be fair, I haven't dived with this watch yet, so I don't know how it is to dive with. But looking at this watch and my initial what do you call it, feelings about this watch is I won't say it's the ultimate dive watch, but it's a watch that's made for diving and nothing else. You probably won't be wearing this as a dress watch to your grandfather's anniversary, something or other. So it's going to be a watch that you put on and wear it for diving. I mean, you can wear it at the cafe and it'll show everybody, look, this is an awesome dive watch, but you won't be, not everybody will be wearing this all the time. A lot of people will probably just use this as diving equipment and put it on when they go out. Okay, so so I'd say this is pretty much a tool diver watch. Right, so let's have a quick look at. I'll see if I can. There we go. There we are. Now, when I first saw this watch, when I first saw it. In a shop, I thought, my God, that looks like something from science fiction. It looks like a Stargate that you wear on your hands. But when you sort of have time to study it closely, you find out that it's not exactly as distressing as that. I just thought it looked very crowded and so on. But it's not as bad as one thinks. Once one just learns the different things that work. First of all, the battery power on the EcoDrive is the one over here. The one that looks most like the fuel gauge on your car. Let's see if I can. There you go. And it says, and even says, F for full and E for empty, which is quite cool. And then you have the hour and the minute hands, obviously, there. I don't need to point to them. You can probably find them yourselves. And after that, you have two small blue hands. And these are the depth measurements. Now, the thick blue hand will show you is a dive that you're on now. And the small one is your maximum depth dive. Now, this watch is brand new. So it won't have a, there you go, see it goes around, and there it is, again. Now the reason it doesn't stop at some depth is because that I haven't dived with this watch, so it doesn't have a maximum depth dive. Otherwise, it would have stopped there to show you, you know, your maximum depth. But that's the reason for that. And as you can see, it starts over there and then measures along. Now, there's a lot to learn about this watch, and I've just got this watch, so I don't really know so much about it. I just thought I'd make a show and tell. I may make a show and tell again when I've used it later on, but for now, I'm just going to quickly give you guys a look at it and my thoughts on it. Just having gotten it. So, right. So have a quick look at it from the side. Okay. There is the water sensor, which will you know, automatically start the depth reading on it when it gets wet. We've seen that before on other watches. It looks pretty similar. You have the crown there, very nice, very big crown with the Aqualand logo on it. Good, you know, good size for gripping with gloves. Go around here, and there's the first of two buttons. Let's see if we can focus there. Now this button here is for resetting the maximum depth meter. The thing here that looks like something on a gas mask is, you know, actually the depth is the instrument that lets in the water pressure and then reads your depth. We've seen similar on other watches, and this one here is to start the chronograph function. I think, yes, that's correct. Right, so it's a large watch, and I'll try and put it on my wrist so you can see how large it is. Now I may have a small lady's wrist, but there you go. It's a good-looking watch. The strap is very nice, very soft, pliable. It's going to be very comfortable to wear. Now, my personal feelings about this kind of watch is that I don't particularly like the thing they do with the strap, where you have to use the strap. Now, on my Ecozilla, the first thing I did was I went out and got an adapter for that watch, and you know, and therefore you can have all kinds of straps on, from mesh, which looks awesome on an Ecozilla, to leather, which also looks pretty cool if you find a nice macho leather strap for it. So you know, I would definitely say that if you buy this watch, it's upside down. If you buy this watch, then you really should go out and get one of these adapters for them, because, you know, in my humble opinion, it just looks better. But again, you may think that that's bullshit, and this, you're supposed to keep the watch as it was meant to be. Right, what else can we say? Talk about? Sorry. For some reason, I feel like I'm not very good at speaking English for this review, but you know, I'm hacking my way through it, so please bear with me. Yeah, it has these see-through hands, skeletonized, I think it's called. And if I just zoom in a bit, you know, it's because of the hour hand is just so thick that, you know, if it's here, you wouldn't be able to see anything. So now you can actually see the small depth hands, dials, hands through the hour hand, which is kind of cool. This watch feels really sturdy. It you know, everything, you can hear the sound, very tight and crisp, very nice, no lack of any kind. So that's very pleasing. You know, the whole watch screams quality, and that's, you know, very pleasing and not surprising from Citizen. It's a Citizen watch. So there you go. These things here on the bezel are, as far as I know, just for show. They don't do anything. What else can we say? Yes, one more thing. Now, I'm just going to say it straight out, although this might be really silly, I feel that a watch this size and this sturdy and everything might have had a depth rating under 200 meters. I mean, below 200 meters. I mean, a 300 meter depth rating or something like that. It just feels like this massive watch sort of sends out this, bathysphere sort of vibe. And the size of it and everything, and the way it's built, clam, I think it's called a clam case or something like that, the way the case is built up. But, it could easily have had a 300 meter depth rating or more. But again, it's silly of me to say that because, as a diver, it's not needed, Who goes under 200 meters, below 200 meters? Certainly not 99% of any divers out there, myself included. My maximum depth has been 75 meters, and that was extremely deep for me. This is just me being silly, But it could have been cool if it had said 300 or 400 meters on it, because this is the flagship of citizen dive watches at the moment. And, therefore they might have upgraded it a bit and said, okay, this watch can do deeper than 200 meters. Yeah, but not necessary. So, again, it's just me being silly, really. So, as I started out by saying, this watch is quite intricate, and there are a lot of things to learn about it. It has a lot of small functions, which I can't talk about here right now. So if you buy this watch, you just have to sit down and get to know it. And that's for yourself to do and not for me to rant on about here. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys have a look at it. And it is an impressive watch. It does command respect, not so much from others. I don't know how other people react when they see this on your wrist, but for me, when I got it in my hand and I felt the weight and I started to figure out some of the, it definitely got my respect. It's just a very serious tool diver, and and that's it, guys. I don't think I can think of anything else to say about this watch, other than that my first impression of this watch is it's an awesome, cool tool watch, and it should make a lot of people very happy. Anyway, thanks very much for listening to my rambles, and catch you in my next show and tell. Thanks very much. Peter out.